now, I am actually closing 60%. I couldn't imagine I can do that actually. I'm very, very confident whenever I meet my client. That is the biggest takeaway I ever had along my sales learning process. Having a mentor to guide me is something I realize is a must. I feel a sense of care that you really care towards me, my growth, despite whatever shortcoming, my weaknesses. You are so patient for me. Sometimes I also can feel that you tweak along the way to accommodate to me rather than you standing firm about what you feel that is your style. That really amazes me.
Do you still feel icky about sales, or you're like, hey, I'm actually doing that?
No, oh
So
no,
what has
it's
this
just like,
done? What has this done to you? What does it mean to you as a person?
for me now, I never see myself as a salesperson. I
Hmm.
thought always I'm just a coach, that I'm really good in coaching. I have actually changed the way how I see the gap between transformation and transaction. Having somebody there and like interact and understand the process is very, very important. I see myself much more on a transformation rather than a transactional. Do whatever you can to get somebody who really in that position who can guide you. For me, it's like Dev. Dev is somebody that has helped me along the way and really shift my whole way of looking at sales. If you ask me now, I will say go to Dev. Right? Simple. It's an honor to have you as my mentor.
Today we have Freeman, a personal development coach. Went from 0% closing, could not sign up any clients, to today over 60%. Before we go into the details, let me introduce to you. Hey, welcome, Freeman.
Well, thank you, Dev. It's a pleasure to meet you
Good,
again.
good.
Right.
Feeling a little nervous. Yeah, all good. Don't
Yeah.
worry about it. Yeah. Before Freeman, before we go into anything, just introduce yourself, who you are, and so people know.
Yeah, hi everybody. I'm Freeman. I've been in the personal development industry for more than 20 years, and I specialize in coaching, especially on life coaching. And yeah, that was what I'm actually good at.
Nice, awesome. So Freeman, before we start, what are some of your results now in your coaching that you are able to do? Just share with us.
Now, I can feel the prospect whether I can actually close them or cannot close them. This is something that previously I have no clue how to do it.
And what are
And
your results now? Before, what was it, and now what is this?
before that, it was around like 15%, and now is 60%. My
Okay,
closing.
awesome, awesome, very good. How do you feel about that?
Oh well, um, I couldn't imagine I can do that actually.
Mm,
Right? I'm very, very confident whenever I meet my client.
mm,
And I believe as long I give enough time to understand them, actually closing is just a matter that whether they can really afford or they cannot really afford. That that will make um the difference about my closing ratio. Is either they can at that time or they cannot. If they
mm.
can, right, most likely that yeah, they will turn it to become my client.
Okay, great. So let's move back a little bit, right? Before you came on, what is the big problem that you're having as a, trying to sign up your clients? What is the big problem? Why did you feel you needed some help?
Yeah, I guess actually instead of doing pretty well in the coaching, right? Understand, nurturing my client. But somehow or other, I feel that in terms of like asking money, the last punch, I was pretty hesitant,
Hmm.
right? Somehow I wonder that is this something that is inside me that having a fear to ask for money, or is it something else? Yeah, I think that's really bothering me like over the years.
So why did you seek out help?
I believe I actually have something really, really good to offer to my client. But it does not make sense that I'm I can just give them free session, right? And I could not build a business on it. And also, if I cannot help them to progress further. But in reality, money is a mode of transaction, right? So that if I cannot actually monetize my work, right, I believe I'm not serving my client and also not serving myself.
Hmm. So what really made you decide then? Look, you've been doing it for a while, you're giving it for
Yeah.
free, you're not monetizing. Like it feels like you want to give from the heart, but then eventually you've been giving. But what made you say, look, I need to make money out of this now. I need to learn how to close the sale. What was that turning point? And like, yeah, just let me know.
Yeah, yeah. I I have actually have gone through a lot of like a free training program, like seeking help, attending free courses. But eventually I noticed that there's a lot of things that behind the scene, what actually works that most of the trainers they won't tell us, right? The last punch. And I think it's really important to really seek help from somebody that really know how to do it and also establish a very good result with a very strong client base, right? Having a mentor is very, very important because the know-how and also the process, the whole process, life is like ups and down. It doesn't mean that you are good, you always go up. You
Mm,
can be like bouncing up and down. Having a mentor to guide me is something I realize is a must. It's
okay.
not something that is whether by is a choice. It's actually a must
Mm,
because I want to build my a career on my coaching,
yeah,
right? I need to know how to close my
yeah.
client, right? If I cannot even know how to close my client, right? Where is that business
Mm.
happen?
True. True. So today, fast forward now, you were thinking that I can't close. Today you've come in, right? What is it feeling now? You've approached me based on what you thought that, self-belief. I don't know how to ask for money. I don't want. And when you came through here, what did you feel like working with me, helping you? Did it give you real results? Are you more confident now? What is the outcome that you actually got with interacting here?
Honestly, that is not an easy process,
Hmm.
right? Along the way, like seeking your help. I'm not an easy student to take care, right? I have been in very emotional, right? When things happen that sometimes when I'm in a loss, I'm not clear about certain thing. I might be very confront to you. And what I really gain along the way, um, throughout the mentorship, how you guide me is what demonstrate me with my client as well. I feel a sense of care that you really care towards me, my my growth, despite whatever shortcoming, my weaknesses, you are so patient for me, right? Sometimes I also can feel that you tweak along the way to accommodate to me, right? Rather than you standing firm about what you feel that is your style. That really amazed me. I always remember the first time you taught me about the care method, right? Um, Despite the care has like something similar like DISC, the modality, but the word care itself really strike me, right? Because whatever tools I'll be using without any care, right? um, the prospect, they will feel it. All right.
Mm,
That is the biggest takeaway I ever had along my sales learning process.
mm,
Right? Because this is what, from the starting point when I meet my prospect, that the word care is always there.
mm.
Right?
Nice, nice.
Like nothing happened without having this care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keeping that in mind, what has that done to your confidence in actually speaking to your clients, connecting with them, and converting them?
Yeah. First thing is I identify that the kind of receiving mode from my client.
Mm,
Either they are dynamic, they are very detail oriented, they are very like people oriented. I mean, the needs they need, um also the way how they receive information, that how I can actually change my style
mm,
to communicate with them, so that I can build a rapport and also a relation with them before any sales, I mean, the typical sales process happening.
mm.
Right? This is what really built my confidence, that I see the person, I know what is the need in them, and I know how to approach them.
Very good, very good. So now are you really happy? What is your result once again? Where was it before and where is it now?
Yeah, before that it can be like 0 to 15, 20, and now 50, 60, 60. I'm pretty confident.
Very nice, right? So let's move a little bit back. Before you approached me or before you got the help, what was that thing in your head? You're like, you know what? I don't know. You've done a lot of video courses and all you've said. So what is
Yeah.
it that going in your head that like, I've done all this already. Why will this work? Why will this be different? Like what all was going in your head and how did you overcome it? Let's hear that.
Yeah, this is what I can really share, that like we can actually watch videos about the sales training, right? Watching and practice, but doing it by myself, right, is really not an easy thing, right? I need to put myself out there in the market to speak to a real client, all right? And then throughout the process, things happen. A lot of things happen. And when things happen, right, sometimes um I have two choices. Either that I can have somebody that I can, after the session, that I can go back, right, and ask, okay, this thing happened, what shall I do? Or I continue to do the same thing again and again with my prospect, that I will never learn. And also I cannot see things from a different point of view. What do I do right and what do I do not right
Hmm.
throughout that process? So that's why I really felt that having somebody there and like interact and understand the process is very, very important.
Hmm.
Right? I believe there's a lot of uh a sales consultant out there in the market, that they can like, okay, all this program that we can go to online, we can learn all these things. But really, what I can really feel that, yes, we can learn some sales technique, right? But to how far we can reach is different,
Hmm.
because we can sell something like a $5, we can sell like $500, but we actually can even sell millions.
Hmm.
The deal can be in millions. So this depends on what we really want to achieve, right? For me now, I never see myself as a salesperson. I
Hmm.
thought always I'm just a coach, that I'm really good in coaching. And in fact, I hate sales. Every time I heard about that word sales, my feeling is like, oh man, trying my best to convince somebody to make a deal for
Hmm.
the sake of doing it. Like I see it very rather transactional,
Hmm.
right? And I see myself much more on a transformation rather than a transactional
Hmm. So
type.
now that you've learned this, right? How to like close people who come up, how to sign up clients. You're a transformation guy. How do you see sales as now? And are you afraid of sales?
I am actually no, sales is just part of life, right? Where if I happen to talk to anybody, right? If I want to have that person, right, believe or agreed with what I said, it's actually a sales process, right? I need to convert the person to believe in me, right? And I have actually changed the way how I see the gap between transformation and transaction, right? Actually, both are the same, right? You can transform them, you are actually transaction happens,
Hmm.
right? But I think the most biggest insight that I gain is we do not need to make such a big thing like this is transformation, this is transaction,
Hmm.
right? As long we find a way that suits us, our style, right? Eventually, and then also we are delivering value, true
Good.
value
So
to our
now,
customers.
when you look at what was it before, where you're like, I don't like sales and this and that. Now, do you still feel icky about sales, or you're like, hey, I'm actually doing that?
No, oh
So
no,
what has
it's
this
just like
done? What has this done to you? What does it mean to you as a person being able to sign up clients now?
it means a lot because first thing, right? Um, depends of my choice. If I decide, when I decide to monetize things that I do, right, I can transact it,
Hmm.
right? It's just by choice, right? If let's
Great.
say I'm talking to you now. If I have something, some value that I want to offer to you,
Hmm.
right? I feel not shy to present to you naturally.
Nice. That is amazing. Can you see the difference before you're like I don't want to do. Now you're able to do. Now look, Freeman,
Yeah.
if there are people listening here and they are exactly in the same position that they're a coach, they've done all this stuff, they've done all the trainings, but they don't want to close sales and they're like, should I get more help? Is it another course? Is it another person? Will it work for me? All that now is not the right time. I don't have the money. What to do? How will you guide them? Share with us.
Um, you mean me myself
No,
to guide?
right now, what words, what message do you have for them?
I will say this to them, right? Despite whatever belief you have, right, do whatever you can, right, to get somebody who really in that position who can guide you, right? For me, it's like death, right? Death is somebody that has helped me along the way and really shifted my whole way of looking at sales, right? If you ask me now, I will say go to death, right? Simple.
Mm.
Just go straight to
Nice,
death
nice,
and
nice.
talk to death and see how death can actually give you some pointers.
Mm. I like the way you said you shifted your belief totally inside. Freeman, really great talking to you. You went really deep in your thoughts, which was actually really good, just to see that how it's transformed you from not able to close, now you're close, and it's not, you don't feel bad about sales. It is actually
Yeah.
helping people, right? So
Yeah.
good on you, Freeman. Wish you all the best, and thanks for sharing your story with us. Take care, all the best. Bye.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Dev. Right. It's an honor to have you as my mentor.
Thank you very much. See ya.